Hey guys, and welcome to Quality Shot. Australian Open 2022 has begun, and of course, it's begun with a bang. Yes, before anyone says it, no Novak Djokovic. We know he's not playing. We've gone over that enough on the channel. Big shame, yes, but we've still got some great players playing in this tournament, in the Grand Slam, in Australia. And I'll tell you what, there's already been some upsets. There's still some matches going on. The days are so long, so the first few days I probably will be doing and recording these as the last few matches are happening, because otherwise you just go into the next day pretty much and you can't do the roundup. So let's get through it. There's a lot of matches to get through, and then I'll have a quick look at tomorrow's matches as well, because that's what we do here on the channel during Grand Slam season. It's going through the results, doing watch-alongs, and then also doing results and previews each day as well. So let's go through it. So Tommy Paul beat Kukushkin in straight sets. Good win for him. A very good win, actually. Karatsev, at the moment, currently battling Munar. Yeah, one set all, so that's a balancing act. You'd expect Karatsev to get through that, but he was a one set all, and he was a breakdown in the third set. He recovered, so let's see how he goes. Feliciano Lopez, the veteran, unfortunately losing to Millman, the home favorite, one of the home favorites, beating him in 4 sets. Otter beating Seng in straights, good win for him. Apelka beating Anderson in straights, good win for him. And same with Sonego versus Query, because both of those could have been upsets for sure. Hanfman beat Kokkinakis. That's a huge upset for me. Kokkinakis just won his first title of his career in Sydney. Looks really good. He was on track to meet Nadal in the second round of this tournament, but he's been knocked out. Not just knocked out in 4 or 5 sets, but in straight sets. So very interesting and a big blow for him and the Australian contingent. Kekmanovic came through against Caruso, obviously filling in as a lucky loser for Novak Djokovic. So much easier first round for Kekmanovic and got through it, so he'll be happy about that. McDonald came through in 4 against Milojevic. Good win for the American. And Grykspor, this is a really, really good win. It's an upset. Grykspor saw him at Wimbledon and looked like he had a little bit about him, but you would expect Fognini to come through that, and that's a very impressive win in straight sets. Mute versus Puy, I said it was 50-50, and Mute coming through that. Kepfer coming through against Taberna, I would have expected that, but in 4 as well there. And Hakac had a little bit of trouble, to be honest with you, with Gerasimov, actually winning one of the tiebreakers, but losing the third set tiebreakers. I had to do it in 4, but got the job done. And Korda destroying the 12th seed Cam Norrie, 6-3, 6-love, 6-4. I said it was my pick. Clearly, it didn't turn out to be the most exciting match, as he blew Cam Norrie away. That's a big surprise. Not the start Cam Norrie would have wanted to the year, but Korda is a very exciting talent, so no surprise there, to be honest with you. It could have gone either way. Nadal beating Geron, so starting off his campaign, the number 6 seed, and the former world number 1 and 20 Grand Slam winning champion. He is looking to win his second Australian Open title, and it was a solid win against Geron. Let's see how he goes. I think he'll be happy probably not to play Kokkinakis in the second round, but Hanfman will have a lot of confidence. You'd expect him to get through that, though, but a good start for the Spaniard. Bublik beating Escobedo in 4, good win for him. PCB coming through unscathed in 3 as well in straights against Echeverry. Manarino beating Duckworth in 5 sets. That's a really good win against the Australian. Manarino with an impressive win there. Hachinov beating Kudla in 4 sets. Dropped the first set, but then came back strong. The Olympic silver medalist. Berrettini beating Nakashima, the Wimbledon finalist of last year. Berrettini dropped the first set. That was a tough first round draw for me against Nakashima, and you can tell by the scoreline there, a tiebreaker in the third set. That goes the way of Nakashima, and it could have been a very different result. Won that tiebreaker 7-5 as well. Gael Monfils coming through in straight sets, absolutely blitzing career, 6-1, 6-1, 6-3, 2 breadsticks there. Kozlov beating Vesely in straight sets, good win for him. And Alcaraz doing the business against Tabilo. He was my dark horse. Let's see how well he can do. Shapovalov versus Jeff. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, Phil. Part of that watch along anyway. Took the first set 7-6, 6-4, then dropped the third set, actually, 6-3. Jeff looked pretty good, to be honest with you, and then won the tiebreak in the 4th set. So that's a very tight match, but he'll be happy to get through that because he wasn't looking the best, and Jeff looked pretty solid. Lajovic came through in 5 sets against Fucsovic. That's an upset for me. Fucsovic obviously doing really well last year in some of the Grand Slams and some of the Masters tournaments. So that's a big upset. Nishioka against Albot beating him in 4 sets. Garin beating Bagnis in 5. Definitely had to fight for that. He was 2 sets to love up, conceded that 2-set lead, but went on to win in the 5th. And Holger Rune, he'll be really disappointed. He won the first set and then also was 2 sets to 1 up. And the young Danish star, unfortunately losing to Kwon in the end in 5 sets. Martinez beating Delbonis in 4. Look at that tiebreaker, 17-15. That is the longest tiebreaker I've ever seen in my life. That is hilarious. Love it. Absolutely love it. And Vukic causing an upset against Lloyd Harris. Now, it wouldn't have been an upset last year, or, well, in 2019 or 2020, sorry. But in 2021 and 2022, that's an upset. Lloyd Harris has risen through the ranks, and he took the first set, but then lost 6-3, 7-5, 7-6 in the preceding sets. That is an upset. A couple of tight ones there, though. And then we've got Bonzi versus Gochowik. Bonzi winning in straight sets, and Zverev, who I've just been watching before this video, looking quite good, to be fair. The first set was tight, no breaks of serve, but then Zverev blitzed him in the second set, 6-1. 2-2 in the third. Zverev's had his chances to break, and I think he will take that in straight sets by the looks of it. But you never know. Zverev has been known to concede sets after having a lead, to be fair. We've seen it before. Right, let's go into the women's singles then. So, Christian beating Minen in straight sets. Barty absolutely blitzing the Ukrainian Serenko. 6-love, 6-1, a bagel and a breadstick. Wow. Teichmann beating Martic in straight sets, 6-3, 6-3. Trevor Stam beating Habino, 6-2, 6-3. Madison Keys, I said this would be a really good match to watch, and it was. Beating Sophia Kenin, the former Grand Slam champion and number 11 seed, 7-6, 7-5. Madison Keys is a dangerous player, and she's come through, and that's an upset for sure, but not a surprising one. Risk beating Vekic in straights, good win for Alison Risk. Paolini losing to Roos in straight sets. Krejcikova coming through, only dropping 2 games, and a bagel to boot as well against Petkovic, 6-2, 6-love. Ostapenko getting through just about against Shmydelova. Dropped the first set on a tiebreaker. Second set was close, but then came on strong in the third, winning that one 6-1 and dealing out a breadstick of her own. Wang beating Kuzmova 7-5, 6-3. And Wang, this is such a big upset. Beating Coco Gauff, the really exciting 18 seed from America. She's so young still. So it's not, look, I mean, for her to lose in the first round, she's so young, it can happen, of course. But some people were tipping her to even win a Grand Slam last year. I said she might make a deep run this year in a Grand Slam. If she does, it won't be at the Australian Open. She lost, even 6-4, 6-2. Very, 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 very surprising. Azarenka came through against Udvardi in straights. Kudermetova doing the same against Liu, and Pegula against Kalinina coming through in 3 sets. Parzaz Diaz coming through against Barr in straights, and Bronzetti versus Gracheva. That's a good win in 3 sets for Bronzetti. Van Uytvank coming through against Buzka in straights. Zanevska versus Huvan. That's a good win as well, coming through in straights. And Brengel against Yastremska. Walkover there, so unfortunate for Yastremska. But yeah, look at that. A breadstick dealt out, then a bagel the other way. I mean, obviously got injured at some point. Martin Kova versus Davis. Martin Kova coming through in straights. Kostyuk will be really happy with her first round draw because she's been facing some absolute killers, really, in the previous Grand Slams she's had. But this time it was against Parry, the French player, and came through in straight sets against her. Osaka as well, starting off well against Osorio Serrano, 6-3, 6-3. Perez against Alexandrova, that's straights as well. Cerebus Tormo coming through against Flipkins in straight sets. No worries there. And Zhang, look at this, fantastic. Really impressive coming through against Sasnovich, winning that final set tiebreaker. And Georgie beating Potapova, dealing out a bagel as well. She's a dangerous player. Anisimova beating Hartono in 3. Tan beating Putintseva in straight sets. Svitolina coming through against Ferro looked good, especially in that first set. And Bencic against Mladenovic as well in straights. Sakari against Maria, a tight match, but Sakari taking that in straights. And we've got Bodosa versus Tom Yanovich, which is going to be a very interesting match. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an upset there. Tom Yanovich, obviously one of the home favourites, apart from, of course, Barty. Bodosa had a fantastic year last year. You'd expect on current form, Bodosa will get through, but you just never know. And we'll see out with Coco Gauff. Right, let's quickly zoom through the matches tomorrow because I want to go through it. So let's quickly go Tuesday. So in terms of a match to watch, Van versus Struff's good one. RBA versus Travaglia. Let's go through. Umberg Gasquet, fantastic match. Really good. Two French players going at it. Let's have a look. Medvedev obviously starts tomorrow as well against Laxonen. Evans Goffins are a really good matchup, to be fair. Rude starts off as well. Basilashvili versus Murray, I mean, that's got to be the pick, right? And FAA versus Rusevori. Those are both really good matches. Interesting to see how those go. Who else have we got? We've got TFO versus Chongletti. TFO is always exciting to watch. Fritz as well. Liam Brody versus Nick Kyrgios. That will be a great match. Let's see what Kyrgios has in store. And Musetti versus Di Maneau is a really good one as well. Same with Tsitsipas and Ima. So some really good matchups tomorrow. Women's singles, let's see who we've got. Sam Stosur, former Grand Slam champion. In action, Kvit versus Sursti is a good one. Mertens versus Vonareva is good as well. Muguruza is in action against Burrell. Kontaveit versus Siniakova is a good one. Swiatek versus Harriet Dart. Harriet Dart will be thinking, oh, damn, I've just drawn a former Grand Slam champion. But you never know. She's a good little player as well. Let's see what she can do. Rybakina starts off Vondrousova as well. Pavlyuchenkova starts off tomorrow. Kazakina, Leila Fernandez against Inglis. That'll be exciting. Simona Halep as well. Thorsen, the Denmark player or Danish player, really exciting young player tomorrow as well. Heather Watson, let's see what she can do. Hopefully she can get through that first round. Glubic against Zhang. Kerber against Kanepi. Who else have we got? Yeah, Sanders versus Sabalenka is an interesting one. And then the night match. Sloane Stephens versus Emma Raducanu. Wow. Oh, man. Normally I go through my predictions, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to start that from tomorrow. Right. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Please do, of course, like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And, of course, keep an eye out for our live streams we're doing. We're going to be trying to do at least one each day. So do keep an eye out. I do appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Without you guys, we are nothing. So thank you, legends, and see you soon. Thank you very